Artistic license. When someone knows a fact but chooses to ignore them for the sake of making an art piece better.
In this video, I'm going to respond to all the commenters pointing out flaws and mistakes, and I'll be responding by letting you know if it was done on purpose or if it truly was an artistic blunder. Let's begin with Pewdiepie's. His eyes are blue. If there's anything I've learned from drawing Pewdiepie is that his fans are obsessed with his eyes. He has blue eyes and a green headset, and don't you forget it. And honestly, I couldn't tell. I mean, look at that. To know what color anything is in that little tiny screen, you gotta have mutant eyes. The Bro Army are the X-Men. Alright, so, I was wrong. Whoops. Rainbow Dash's leg is too long, and yeah, my proportions kinda suck. It probably should look more like this. And this is kinda what you get for me trying to do stuff within like an hour. Oh well, moving on. Danny Phantom wouldn't lose to the Ghostbusters. Meh. You drew Pikachu too fat. Well, actually, I drew Pikachu too skinny. So this piece is based off the Pokemon card, and he was pretty pleasantly plump back then. Pikachu's lost some weight since I was a kid. Vanellope's hair is black, not brown. And yeah, it's kind of obvious. But I was trying to emulate pixel art, specifically Super Nintendo games. Back then you had a limited number of colors you could use, and sometimes it's more effective to use a dark color instead of black. And honestly, I kinda like the reddish brown being used for both the outlines and to represent black. It makes me feel kind of nostalgic, and wasn't that half the goal of Wreck-It Ralph to begin with? No, seriously, Danny Phantom wouldn't lose to the You forgot the ghosts in their logos. And while that is true, it was artistic license. Danny Phantom's art style is very minimalistic and super stylized, and a lot of times, if they can streamline a design further, they will. You know these guys were the Ghostbusters without the ghosts, so why was it needed? And this is a decision that Danny Phantom's art team probably would have made in the long run, probably for copyright reasons, and honestly, it's not needed. Toothless does not breathe fire. Well, he breathes blue fire, and my logic behind this one was the piece is mostly blue, so orange fire would complement it better than blue fire would. Blue and orange are complementary colors, meaning they're opposite on the color wheel, and they look really nice next to each other. Another famous complementary color that you see a lot is red and green. Also, I justified by thinking, well, fire is at its hottest blue. So if Toothless here is sparking a little tiny fire, it wouldn't be nearly as hot as a giant blast from the movie. So by my logic, orange kind of works. Orange is the cooler color. Though according to one poster, he probably shoots plasma and not fire at all, so who knows? Danny Phantom wouldn't lose to the Ghostbusters, damn it. Okay, so in a Danny Phantom episode, Danny Phantom typically spins before the first commercial, being introduced to both a social problem and the villain. He usually loses against the villain till the end of the last commercial break, where he somehow rationalizes his personal issues, which coincidentally helps him out with the villain. Meaning, just think of this particular piece as before the last commercial break. Hey, that was less mistakes than I thought I made. And, you know what? There you go. I think we learned a lot about me, a little bit about you, and just maybe we're closer friends. See you guys next video.